Hi everyone and welcome to Mirare Wellness. I'm Vyushti, and in today's Pick a Card we're going to look at what your role is in ushering the new earth and what you're really being called to step into at this really pivotal point in the evolution of our consciousness. So with that, today we have four piles instead of the regular three. So I'm really curious to see what comes through. We have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. So you can pause the reading here to see which one you're intuitively drawn to, and it can absolutely be more than one of these groups. And if you need a little bit more help choosing your pile, I'm going to show you the corresponding tarot decks. So for pile 1, we have the Broken Mirror Tarot, which looks like this, and this is the artwork. And then for pile 2, we have the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot, and this is the artwork. For pile 3, we have the Sufi Tarot, and this is the artwork. And finally, for pile 4, we have the Dark Heart Tarot, and oops, sorry. And this is the artwork. So yeah, you can take a second to pause the video here, and your timestamps will be in the description below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi group 1 and welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you selected the Broken Mirror Tarot. So how this is really going to look is, first I'm going to look at this card, and this is going to be your signifier card. This is your main role in the new earth, and I will also look at these two simultaneously to get deeper insight on what that will look like. Then we'll shuffle and pull some tarot, and after that I will read this final card. So if you can hear my dogs in the background, I apologize. Yeah, part and parcel of having dogs, I guess. So for group 1, please Spirit, can we please know what their role is in ushering in the new earth, and anchoring in that frequency as well? Okay, so we have the Hermit, and this is really interesting energy, because it feels like in past lives you have sort of been extremely spiritual, and sort of like these ascetics that used to be go into the caves and really meditate and cultivate this deep understanding of consciousness, of the world, of existence, and had this access to higher wisdom. So you used to be a channel, and this life is really about continuing to channel in that wisdom and also breaking free from societal norms, right? Because with the Hermit, it feels really lonely. Your journey might have been really lonely in this lifetime, where you've either been misunderstood, you've been the black sheep, or you've just had a very different calling in life. And so yeah, but the reason you had that is because you weren't meant to fit into the old paradigm. You weren't meant to fit into this old way of being, because that version, that lifestyle is dying and it's decaying, and you're here to reinvigorate consciousness with this new perspective, and really lighting the way. Because if we look at the Hermit in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's this sage holding a candle, right? And I mean a lantern, and lighting the way forward. And And I feel like that's what you are the pathfinder and the path creator for ushering in the new earth. And I think that's really, really, really beautiful energy. And I'm also getting Plato's allegory of the cave, and where the masses are really looking at the shadow that's being projected on the wall, and they're believing that's reality, but you are the one who's like, wait, no, this doesn't make sense. And you're climbing out of the cave and into real reality, the real way of being, the truth, the essence. So yeah, it's really, really beautiful energy. And I'm trying to figure out what this card is showing. Is it a bird that's like got its head under its wing? Oh, wow. Yes, because you have wings and you're meant to spread them and fly. I'm hearing Spread Your Wings by Queen. Yeah, you're meant to fly, but you're really afraid of being the outcast. You're really afraid of being different. You're really also afraid of the repercussions of having this this alternative perspective, and especially the fear of being reprimanded or ostracized or pushed aside and rejected. But if you're willing to step into your power, if you're willing to step into your truth, your authenticity, and your mission, the world, the universe is really your oyster. Oh, you can't make this up. You really can't make this up. Beautiful. Exactly. Oh my God, exactly. Spread your wings, firstly, you wise owl that you are. And yeah, with the mentor, the reason you also have this this alternative perspective is because you're meant to teach it to others. You're meant to teach other people how to be on this new earth frequency, how to perceive life in a new way, and how to use the wisdom in a way that is creative, that is regenerative, right? Because a lot of times we can sort of recoil in the fear and in the anxiety, or we can use it as a catalyst to grow. And it feels like you're here to really catalyze these negative, darker, lonely energies to one of beauty, of passion, of creativity, and of life-giving force. I feel like that's what you're here for. And the reason you've experienced the depth of darkness up until now is because by the law of polarity, if you've experienced that depth, then you're also going to experience the same degree of lightness, of beauty, of expansiveness, right? And with the dragon here, it's really interesting because in Nordic mythology, we look at the labyrinth, right? And the labyrinth is the snake going down into the subconscious, going down into the darkness. But at the center of the labyrinth, he transforms and becomes the eagle, and that represents the ascent. And you might have gone through elements of both the descent and the ascent in your spiritual journey, but now you're being called to integrate the two into the dragon, because the dragon represents both. It represents the marriage of the descent and the ascent, and the wisdom that comes with that. So here, with this dragon sort of being kind of like the vahan, like the vehicle of this character over here, that is what you're moving towards. And you know your true north, you feel it in your heart, you feel it in your bones, and you're being asked to follow it without any apology, just going after it and being this beauty. Because with the mentor over here, it feels like really loving, soft energy. If you can think back to a time that you had some authority figure or some teacher or someone you looked up to, and the way they interacted with you, the way they taught you, the way you were really inspired by them, you're sort of taking that and becoming that, but with your own flair, your own taste, and with a lot of heart. Because with the owl here, the owl is such a wise being, they really truly are Yeah, they're incredible, and it's sort of like they come out of nowhere. Because if you see, like if you can't hear an owl take flight, they're really quiet, they're really stealthy. So you might not even expect that such a beautiful big role is here for you, but it's because it's going to come out of nowhere, and you're going to suddenly realize this, and you're going to be initiated into it. And that could be by another person, by another teacher, a mentor, a guru, however you resonate with that, or it could be by the universe and your own darkness that initiates you into this. But there is definitely that journey of initiation that you'll go through. But it's really beautiful because we have the six over here in the mentor, and the six in tarot represents the lovers, and the lovers is this marriage of dualities, right? The descent and the ascent to create something new. And I feel like that's there. And it's also ruled by Gemini, and Gemini is all about communication. So you're meant to communicate this wisdom that you have learned through life, through your lifetimes, and through your teachers, and through the wisdom that you have gained. And you're meant to to literally create heaven on earth with this wisdom. And yeah, like with passion and enthusiasm being here, I also feel like it's going to feel really exciting. So if you've been going through a really bleak time of late, trust that it's shifting, trust that it's moving through you. And even this period of heaviness and bleakness is serving a higher purpose, is serving a deeper purpose, and it's to integrate and shed and heal and transform, because fire is also an element of alchemy. So you're alchemizing the pain, you're moving the pain so that you can step into this really powerful role as a leader and a teacher in ushering in the new earth. Beautiful energy. So can we get any more information, please, Spirit, on how maybe they can step into it and what they need to know about this role, please? And also with the numbers, right? Like with 6 and 9 being here. Oh my God. 6 and 9 are really important numbers, because when we look at Tesla's 369, you know the secrets of 369, you know the secrets of the universe. And like, you know the secrets of the universe with what I was sharing with the Hermit card initially. You know it, and it's time for you to remember it and continue to share it. Can we get 3 more cards, please, Spirit? Yes, exactly. Oh my God, the cards really want to come out. Where was it? And can we get 1 more? Thank you. Did any other flip over? No. And we have the Lovers as back of deck energy, and this is not they have another Lovers card, but this Lovers card is not painted. It's not got the color as the other cards do. And I feel like this is because you're meant to create it. You're meant to create heaven on earth. You're meant to paint the world the colors that you want to see more of, because I feel like you might have also gone through a lot of disappointment in your relationships, maybe, yes, but also just the way the world is structured and just the way people treat people. And this lack of communication, this lack of understanding, this very combative my way versus your way. But like, how can we speak to each other? How can we understand each other even if we disagree with each other, and like find this middle point to create something new? Or even if we choose to like continue to disagree with one another, how can we coexist in harmony? How can we create a more harmonious world? And we don't have the answers to that, but you do in your soul. So allowing that to come forth and painting that picture, painting the new earth. And so this is also an invitation to step into your creativity, because the fire is also an element of creativity. So how can you introduce more creativity in your life? It doesn't have to be painting or something traditionally artistic. It could be however creativity shows up in your life, and in doing that you're awakening this element within you to come forth in different areas of your life. And with this snake here and the apple, you're also being asked to focus on areas that you're tempted, like your temptations, and sort of uncovering that and seeing why you would rather run away from this mission, because it's not an easy mission. I completely understand it, and you might not even be wholly aware of it, but where do these temptations show up in your life, and where do you not have as much of a willpower to stand your ground? And just exploring it. You don't need to fix it, you don't need to work on it, you don't need to heal it, but just becoming more aware of it, so you start attuning to yourself deeper, because self-attunement is going to be really important for your mission here. Wow. You're a really, really unique soul, because the peacock is also a unique deck. I mean, a unique card in this deck, and so is this, and you've got two of them. So definitely a very unique mission here. I know there might be more than one of you watching this, but for each of you, it's a unique manifestation of this overarching energy. And we have the King of Swords. Yeah, you're meant to be in this authority position. You're meant to be this leader that shares their wisdom and isn't afraid of backlash, because you know that you are speaking truth. The Swords is also an energy of communication and truth, and you are here holding it, and sort of like the way this card is, it's kind of like protecting the city, but it's also connected to the universe, to the clouds, and you have that theme in other places. So how can you also activate your higher wisdom and ground it, and experimenting with different ways of doing that, because that's also going to be an important part in your mission here. And with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, enough of playing small. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be blunt. Enough of playing small, enough of protecting yourself in your little tower, enough of building up walls to hide yourself from the world. You think that you're protecting yourself by not letting people in, not giving people much access to you, not dealing with the snakes and the other creepy crawlies outside. But no, you need to be immersed in life to be a teacher of life. And it reminds me of this anecdote in the 40 Rules of Love, when they talk about Rumi and his companion, the Shams of Tabriz. And so Shams really initiated Rumi to become a poet. Before that, he was a scholar. And Shams told Rumi that, look, it's great, you're a great scholar, but you need to understand the common people. You need to understand what, because Rumi was from a more affluent background, more privileged, so he didn't understand the life of a beggar, the life of a drunk, the life of all these, and how can he communicate with them, hold compassion for them, learn from their lifestyle. And Shams really pushed Rumi to understand that, and that's why Rumi is one of the greatest poets of love, right? So that's a similar energy. Like, break out of your ivory tower and start immersing yourself in life and see what life has to teach you. Just fulfilling your intellectual curiosity is one thing, but how do you start tapping into your heart wisdom? How do you start tapping into the wisdom that life is showing you, not just what books and reels and TV shows and documentaries are teaching you, but there's so much more that's out there that you're being asked to look into. And with the peacock here as well, like, if you look at the reflection, they're looking in opposite ways. So there's something about yourself that you're refusing to see, and it could be this gift that I'm talking about. It could also be your shadow. So for each of you, it'll resonate for you differently. But you're facing one way, your shadow's facing the other way, and they both need to face each other so that they can move forward together. You need to walk hand in hand with your shadow. And you also need to see your beauty. One of the things that you don't see is the beauty of your soul, the beauty of your heart, and the beauty of your existence. And not in an egoic, narcissistic way, but in a way that is truly recognizing yourself for who you are, for the divinity in your existence. And once you do that, it's like the whole world breaks open for you. Like the clouds part and you see the light again. So really taking the time to see yourself, to value yourself, to love yourself. So mirror work may be something. Broken mirror tarot. Mirror work might be something that's really important. And also with the white roses here, making peace with elements in the shadow. This could be repressed grief. This could be resentment towards family members, to passed on loved ones, to people who hurt you in your childhood and adolescence. There's something about making peace with it and letting it go, and mourning those versions of you that also accepted treatment that you you definitely did not deserve, but trying to reconcile with that and exploring what the world is here to offer you, and what you are here to offer the world as well, because it's reciprocal. And with the Two of Wands, like, you are moving towards the new earth. You are already waiting. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You kind of have a sense that there's a lot of change coming. Like this sense that, I can feel the change, I just don't know what it is. You might be receiving a lot of synchronicities and not being able to make sense of it. Trust in it. You're being asked to trust that. You're also magnetizing, right? Coming back to the peacock, there is a sense of magnetism. You are attracting the new earth frequency to you. Once you embody it and start expressing it, the world will start reflecting that, and then the ships will come and take you to the new earth. So, and when I say that, I obviously don't mean it literally. It's more metaphorical. It's dimensional. It's frequency. It's all of that, which I don't want to get into in this reading, because then it's going to be an hour long. There's also an element of trust and surrender and patience, which are three things that no one likes hearing, but it is the message that came through, so I have an obligation to deliver it. So I think I'm gonna stop there. There's a lot more that's coming through, but I have 3 other piles to read, so I'm gonna stop here for now, and I'm gonna get your final guiding card and see what else is left to say. Is this the right card? I think I took the wrong card. No, it's the right card. Hold on to me, 30. Okay, where's the book? In your prayers, so this is the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I love all of her Oracle decks, so if you ever want to get one, I highly recommend any of her decks. And I brought up Rumi. She also has a Rumi Oracle. And so pile 2, is it? No, pile 3 is the Sufi tarot. I don't know what the reading is going to be because I obviously haven't seen the cards. But since I did bring up Rumi and Shams, you might want to see, if you were drawn to pile 3 at the beginning of the reading, I would invite you to watch that as well. It might have messages, and it absolutely might not as well. Trust your intuition. In your prayers, I have heard your heart asking, can this journey move a little quicker? Are there things that could be happening now instead of later? So I respond to you, and your pace is about to quicken. You'll be on the same path, moving towards the same destination, but with my help, your process will be accelerated. It may get a little bumpy with this increase in speed, so put your energy and focus into our connection as I help carry you forward. For now, that will be all that is needed for circumstances in your life to get moving at an adventurous pace. And that was exactly what I was talking about, the Two of Wands. And, when this said focus into our connection, this is whatever your connection is with the divine. I read so much and I didn't realize it got cut off. So, I'll probably just read one or two more paragraphs. But yeah, basically it says that sometimes we feel pushed by life, and at other times we will feel that we want to give our life da, da, da. You can be fast tracked through this particular phase of your journey rather than walking the path using your own legs and feet. You are going to hitch a lift with the Divine Mother. Her ways are ingenious and not always obvious. And basically, we won't know when it's the Divine Mother that is guiding us. So also trusting in her way and relinquishing our ideas of how it's going to turn out, because we asked for a faster pace, she listened. So now just trust in the journey, because that's you. And you're just going with it. Trust that it's going to be okay. Trust that she knows what she's doing, and trust that your prayers have been answered. And it is going to be faster, but that means it's also going to be a little bit more chaotic. And trust your intuition. When it tells you to wait, be patient and trust and surrender. And when your intuition tells you to do something, trust that as well. So really attuning to your heart and soul wisdom at this time. So yeah, I hope this resonated with you. And if it did, it would mean a lot if you left a like or a comment. And if you want, you can subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. And yeah, I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye, Pal1. Hi, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you selected the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot. So how we're going to go about this reading is, first, we're going to look at this card, which will be your signifier, and it'll really tell us what your role is here in ushering in the new earth. And then simultaneously, I'll also look at these two cards, which will give us a deeper perspective on it. And then we will pull some tarot for any further guidance. And then finally, we will read this, which will be a final guiding message and yeah, any advice you might need. So, sorry. With that, so pile 2, please, Spirit, what is their role in ushering in the new earth and anchoring in that frequency, please? Ooh, Judgment. Wow. You are a seer. Um, ooh, there's so much in this card. You are a seer and you're here to transform the current paradigm. So you have a very active role in laying to rest the old way of being and transforming it into a higher way of seeing and perceiving the world. And this could be in various ways. This could be someone who is in a scholarly field, in research, uh, in science, like somehow steeped in uh, in a field that is respected by the old paradigm, but is using that to weave in and sort of invite other people who are still very much in that paradigm to open their eyes to a new way of being. And this isn't for the faint of heart. This is quite a challenging role that you have, even with the mountain being here at the back. But yeah, you have this ability and you are really connected to spirit, to the universe, to source. And you have this capacity to channel that wisdom and see through the veil of illusion. And through that, you're also transforming whatever field that you're a part of. So, for some of you, that it might be, like I said, scholarly fields, maybe medicine, psychology, anything, honestly. I also got social activism. So, really laying to rest this old way of being. And with judgment here, it's ruled by Pluto, and this is about death, rebirth, transformation. And with the tiger over here as well, there is something about, like, it's interesting because the tiger is this fierce being, and sorry, really. Also, I'm seeing the lion in the strength card. I don't know why, but yeah, it requires a lot of courage to take this role, to lead the way you're going to lead. But there's also a softness about you. There's this ethereal nature about you that is, because it's not just any like blue butterfly, like the monarch butterfly, but there's like, it's almost like it's translucent. So there's something where, like, this very easy communication, and when people come across you, they're you might have faced a lot of backlash from people, a lot of jealousy from people, but because there's something really beautiful and ethereal about your aura, and there's something also about your presence that is really healing and transformative. So even if it's not just in your work and not just in maybe your activism or whatever that you're transforming and ushering in the new earth, but it's in your presence, it's in your way of being, and your authenticity as well, is that is essentially ushering in the new earth. It is who you are. You, as your soul essence, is a catalyst for for this. So I'm just gonna beautiful prayer. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! Wow! Um, wow! I don't know. I don't have words for this group. With the prayer and the tree of life and judgment, firstly, major arcana. Even pile one had a major arcana. Interesting. I'd be curious to see if the other two did as well. But oh my God, I don't even know how to, I don't know how to read you because you're kind of really divine. Okay, give me a second to tap in. Okay. So you are really connected to the divine. You might have a special connection with an ascended master, some god or goddess. You might be working with deities, or some personification of divine energy, and your connection with whoever this is really significant in guiding you uh, through this. Because, like I said, your journey has been really hard. This is ruled by Pluto, and uh, Pluto is challenging energy to deal with because it really is about destroying the foundation and, like, ushering in of course, a new way of being. And this transformation is never generally comfortable because the destruction is painful. And so, in however the destruction or the darkness or the pain of the old paradigm has shown up in your life, your connection with spirit, with God, however that resonates with you, with nature, has really saved you and has really protected you. And it's something that you can always lean back on. And it's something you're invited to continue to do and deepen in, and see how that can also inform you. How can this be a reciprocal dynamic where the divine flows into you and you flow into the divine, and there's this beautiful interchange of energy that sort of can create something new, right? Like with the tree of life, like it is this blossoming, and I feel like your roots have been solidified in the darkness, in the pain, in all of that, but that was really you deepening into into your understanding, into also recognizing, because there's something about how this pain, and especially the areas that you felt pain or betrayal or whatever, right? Like heartbreak for some of you, that sort of is showing you how, how we're falling short in the old paradigm and how we can take that and move and learn and and grow in those areas, because you have learned so much. You are such a student of life, and because of that, you have gained such unique insight and perspective. And you are also a really, really intelligent being, like unbelievable. And you have this capacity to connect the dots. So um, like I said, you can see past the illusion, you can see past the veil. So that may look differently for different people, right? For some of you it could be mediumship, for others of you it could be recognizing truth, whatever it is. But you have this unbelievable capacity to connect the dots and see connections in spaces. And because of that, you can sort of create a map for navigating the new paradigm, to navigating the new earth. And there is something about, like I said, support with your connection from the divine, but also support in human connection. For some of you, you might have had a closer tendency to connect with nature or animals or pets or something like that. But there is this call to connect with other people, and for you it might have been really hard to do that uh, because you were always ahead of your time. You were always a step ahead, and that could be because either, again, black sheep, or it could be because uh, like I said, you're really intelligent. So you might have faced a lot of jealousy from people. I also already mentioned that with the butterfly. And yeah, and also just, yeah, like you might have just been, I know this sounds a little bad, but too smart for the people around you. But that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying that, because it's truth. It's not meant to be uh, taken, like, it's not meant to go to your head, and it's not supposed to feed your ego, but it's just fact of the matter. So I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, and you have this incredible aura, like I already mentioned, but your aura is so beautiful and so healing. and and yeah, like, it's your presence, and there's something about connecting to your root chakra that's really standing out. Maybe because like I said, like, you're really intelligent, maybe your higher chakras are really active. You have this deep connection with source and spirit, with an open crown. You have this ability to see reality and see truth and see perspective with your third eye. But there's something about the throat that's sort of like disappearing almost in this card. And it's like, how do I now articulate that? How do I now share this wisdom? How do I share my perspective and my insight in a way that can be received? Because I feel like in the past, for some of you, the ones who did it, um, yeah, when you shared, it was in a very combative way. And so people automatically shut down when they heard your truth, when they heard your perspective. So um, it's like, how do I learn the way that I'm meant to communicate? So there's something about communication here, and exploring how you can do that in an effective manner that will serve the purpose that it's meant to serve. And with the root here, there's something about grounding as well. How do you take all this, like, magical, juicy energy, and for some of you, intellectual energy as well, and how do you bring it down and root it and anchor it? So for you, there's a lot to do about anchoring that frequency onto earth, onto this plane, and also communicating it. So in your communication, you will anchor this frequency, because this frequency is something that you're very used to, but earth might not be something you're very used to. So that's why connecting to the earth and grounding and activating your root chakra to balance everything else out will be really, really important. And there's something about Venus that's also sticking out here. So the heart is really important, connecting with your heart, connecting to heart wisdom, and that might give you insight on how to communicate the more you connect with your heart. And also there's something about abundance, because I'm seeing Empress as well, with Venus here. And Empress energy is very abundant. She's really beautiful. And it doesn't matter what your gender is, but yeah, you might have been shunned for your beauty, in however that resonates, right? Like the beauty of your mind, the beauty of your soul, the beauty of your heart, your physical beauty. But it's really about embracing it now and being unapologetic in expressing it, because there's something really fertile about your existence, and there's a lot that's meant to grow from the soil that is you. So there's so much coming through, but I don't know like how much to go, because I also need to pull cards. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna stop there and see what else needs to come forth with no, sorry, with map support and connection as well. Okay, really interesting. But I was talking about a lot of things, and I didn't realize that the video stopped and my AC started leaking. So all of this to say that you might have received a lot of backlash, like I already said, and blocks and maybe even attacks from people. This could be something as like evil eye, nazar, or it could also be spiritual attacks. It could be also like dark entities, kind of like you have such a light to you. So kind of like moths attracted to the flame. That's kind of the energy that I get from everything that just happened. And also with the AC leaking, it feels like you have so much within you that is begging to be expressed. And um, yeah, it's like time to allow it to overflow and pour out of you so that you can share this wisdom with the world. And one thing that I was talking about that got cut off was with this golden egg, and something really important about children. Either your children, whether you already have them or whether you will have them, but or whether you interact with them and you work with them in some capacity, but your role in seeding this new earth frequency into the next generation, into the children, into your children, will really lay a beautiful foundation for it to continue. It's sort of like almost like a legacy that you're leaving behind, but it's not a physical material legacy, but an energetic legacy that will continue to grow and blossom and bloom and transform into what will be truly the golden age. So that's really beautiful. You have a really important part to play, and follow the synchronicities, follow the signs, because spirit is definitely guiding you. So can we get some more information for pile 2, please, on what they need to hear about ushering in the new earth? And yeah, yep. And yeah, oh, you got all your cards. Oh yes, literally Age of Aquarius. You have the Aquarian card. Would you look at that? um so okay. Yeah, so with the night, so you have 2 nights. Okay, so you are fairly early on in this journey. You are definitely children. You are fairly early on in this journey, and so that's why you might be doubting yourself a little bit. But trust the wisdom that is instilled in your soul, from all the lifetimes you've lived, from all the star systems you've traveled, from all the knowledge you've gained from your ancestors as well. Tap into all of this wisdom, and you don't even need to consciously do it. You just need to tune into yourself, because it's all there as a part of your energetic framework. So yeah, with the Knight of Cups. Ooh, okay. Sorry. With the Knight of Cups, definitely like something about a romantic connection. It's not in fruition yet. For those of you who already are in a relationship, um, that's great. This message is not for you. But for those of you who are not in a relationship, there is something about that. About getting into a relationship, and with the lotus over here on her dress, it's like from the muck, this has grown as like a surprising, um, what is it called? Yeah, just like a surprising gift almost. But a lot of emotions, a lot of depth, but there's something about that connection, right? That I also mentioned earlier about having those human connections. There's something about that, and also with the Three of Pentacles being pregnant, um, like I don't know if you already have a person in mind. This might be a person that you have a long term commitment with and you build a family with. For others of you, the Knight of Cups is also talking about sharing the wisdom of your heart, sharing the wisdom of your soul, and allowing that to be this, yeah, just this permission slip for others um, to express themselves and express their truth, and a celebration of truth. I think that's what a lot of your mission is. And with justice over here, like I said, some of you might be social activists and really fighting for the rights of those less privileged than you, or those that or you recognize the fact that the people like you are treated poorly and deserve a certain amount of respect and reciprocity and value that is just not being done. And it's your way of communicating that, because the way people have communicated on these issues in the past have not worked. So how do we make it work? Because there's something about playing the game to get out of the game, like, so appeasing the old paradigm to some extent to get them on your side, to transform them into a newer way of being. And it can sound manipulative at first, but it's honestly not, because you're smart, you know how to do it, you know how to work people, you know how to understand people, and you can use that to manipulate them. Yes, you can use it for shadow purposes, but you are steeped in integrity and truth, and that's why I don't believe you'd use it for that, but instead you'd use it to call them forth, and not in a way that's forceful, but in a way that's inviting them. And you also have this capacity to understand that if they choose not to take that invitation, that's not your job to force them to come there. That's their soul's purpose, that's their soul's evolution, and they need to go through that lesson or that journey of decay, of deterioration, to learn it. Because ultimately there is also this understanding, either you've come into it already or you will come into it at some point, where you recognize that each soul has a different purpose, and this lifetime is not all there is. There are multiple lifetimes that we learn through and we grow through. And if this lifetime is a lifetime that someone is going through the descent, that's okay. It's not your job to pull them up, because you can't do that. You are not God, right? So there is also that recognition, that humility, that you are a limited human, and there is also only so much you can do. And with the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, it feels like it's been a long journey. It's felt quite tiresome and lonesome, but you're starting to see the fruits of your labor with the Three of Pentacles here as well. And the Three of Pentacles also talks about connection. So I'm going to come to that in a second, but yeah, it's been slow progress. It's really been slow progress, but it's laying down a really strong foundation. Like I was speaking about the roots, it was laying down really, really strong roots, so that when the storm comes, because the storm will always come back, when the storm comes again, you're not going to be uprooted and you don't need to start from scratch. But you have the strong root and you have the strong support system as well, that will allow you to weather the storm. And with the Three of Pentacles here, the Three of Pentacles in traditional tarot, like three people working together, building a church and blah, blah, blah. So maybe it is you sharing that wisdom of the divine, however you resonate with it. But yeah, soul connections are going to be really important in your mission. There's something about community, there's something about connecting with other people and having those connections for yourself, not just connecting with people to teach them or to help them or whatever it is, not just in a service oriented way, but in a supportive way as well, for you to lean back on, because that's really important for you, because you are a sensitive being, you are a very connected soul. So it's really important that you have a safe container to fall back on. So really calling those connections in. And yeah, with the star being backup deck energy, you are here to usher in the age of Aquarius. You have a very clear North Star, even if it's not conscious, even if you're not consciously aware of it. um, your heart knows, your soul knows, and you are you are being called into that. Um, and yeah, a completely new way of being. You are a very, very, very unique soul, and it is such a privilege to read for you. Yeah, something about this white bird as well. I don't know. maybe it has a significance to you, but I'm not getting anything. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to read your final guidance card. And you have the Snow Shepherdess. So where is the, that's card number 8. Okay. I come to you. Oh, please tell me it's still recording. I come to you with news of unexpected life. Something that seemed once impossible without energy or hope of success is coming to life. Not only is this an unexpected happening, but it will be taking place when you think it least likely. I come with the decree that life shall have its way, no matter what circumstances appear to dictate, and in the midst of great loss, scarcity, or denial of life, a blessing of abundance, fertility, and new beginnings will be given. Oh, this is so beautiful. Out of apparent emptiness, something surprising and beautiful is going to happen. The Snow Shepherdess is an omen of the most unlikely sort of success. She brings with her blessings of the energy of life in the midst of what may feel more like an ending. It is the triumph that happens unexpectedly after hope was lost. Feeling defeated can be a painful experience for the mind. Yet, if we are holding on too tightly, we can suffocate instead of animate what we want to flourish in our world. The Snow Shepherdess brings you reassurance that it is okay to let go, to loosen your grip psychologically and emotionally, and even allow for endings to happen. Those endings are only steps towards new beginnings. Remember that nothing is beyond the power of life, not even death. For life emerges in new form again and again. Place your hope in life, and you shall gain blessing of healing and comfort. No matter how final things may seem, love and life will prevail according to a greater wisdom. So yeah, uh, that's what I have for you, Paltu. I hope it resonated, and if it did, it would mean a lot if you left a like or a comment. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can subscribe. And yeah, I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye, Paltu. Hi, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you selected the Sufi tarot. So how we're going to go about it is first I'm going to look at your signifier card, and then I'm going to look at these two cards to supplement it. So this is really going to tell us what your role in ushering the new earth is. Then I'm going to pull some tarot to get a deeper insight, and then I'm going to look at this card, which will be a final guiding message. So with that, also, I'm sorry if you can hear the construction in the background. Yeah, nothing I can do about that, but maybe it feeds into the reading. So yeah, with that, so for pile 3, please Spirit, what is their role in ushering in the new earth and anchoring in that frequency, please? Ooh, 5 of Pentacles. So the first thing that I'm getting is that you're reshaping the way we value things in our life, right? Because in the old paradigm, there's a lot of focus on materialism and like monetary gain, and how we use other people to fulfill a certain goal, right? Like people are treated as commodities and machines as opposed to actual humans. And there's something about your role that's reshaping the way we approach one another, the way we approach existence with more and to one where it's with more compassion as opposed to this. And for some of you, it's also bringing in the abundance mindset, right? Because the reason we use people for as a means to an end is also because we're operating from a scarcity mindset. People, even if people are really, 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 really rich, it's they still might have a scarcity mindset. So there is something here where you're bringing in this abundance mindset, you're bringing in this abundance paradigm where everyone can thrive and we're not threatened by one another, but we can work together to celebrate our uniqueness, to celebrate our gifts and bring our gifts together to create something new. And I think that's really beautiful. And yeah, there's also something about Yeah, like I said earlier about the way we value things is also shifting, and you're going to help us realize that. So with that, I'm gonna look at these two cards as well to get a little bit more insight. We have Kairos. Ooh, and the element of water, intuition, emotions, love. Yes. Firstly, look at the colors, right? Uh, Yeah, you're helping us see a deeper way of life, right? Because what I was talking about here with the Five of Pentacles, it's with the materialism, with the current paradigm, it's a very superficial approach to reality. But you're giving us the foresight and the insight to look at life at a deeper level, right? With Kairos here as well, you're allowing us to see the depth. You're allowing us to see the connections, the synchronicities, make meaning of it, and really follow the guidance of spirit, and using that as sort of our vehicle to navigate this world, as opposed to using these external signposts or external achievements as the guiding force. But you're helping us tune into a much deeper way of existing. And with the element of water as well, intuition, emotions, love, it's connecting to that element within ourselves and making that our compass to move forward. Because yeah, there's also something about harnessing, well, not harnessing, but tapping into the wisdom of our heart, tapping into the wisdom of love, and using that as sort of the foundation of reality. Because up until now, love is also not understood in its depth, right? Like, most often when people talk about love, it's generally romantic love. And yeah, that's beautiful, but there's also so much more to the energy of love. There's so much more to that wisdom of the heart. And if we can tap into that, if we can tap into the wholeness of existence, because if we're talking about shifting to an abundance mindset or an abundance paradigm, we need to be able to hold the complexity of existence. We need to be able to hold the multitudes of dimensions and vibrations and planes of existence. And in order to be able to do that, we can't hold it with just our mind. So you're also helping us shift from the intellectual mental realm into a more heart-led and soul-led space, which is more embodied. Because like I said, with love, with the heart wisdom, we can hold so much more. We can hold so much more depth, and we can hold so much more complexity. And that is what's going to really help. That your role is really helping us move towards that and anchoring that frequency. Because leading with the heart is a very different way of operating. Because even if there are differences, even if there are clashes, the way we approach those clashes are with compassion, and it's with understanding. It's not just with logic, because that's when the ego comes in the way, and then it becomes very combative, and it becomes very my way versus your way, as opposed to sitting with one another and being like, okay, how can we find a middle way? Or how can we both coexist parallelly without trying to bring down the other person, right? Or the other thought process. And that's what's really going to allow us to thrive. And there's also something that's coming through with either Atlantis or Lemuria, if you resonate with past lives, and tapping back into those lifetimes, and those, or maybe even if it's not those lifetimes, those star systems. I'm also getting maybe Sirius. If you if you resonate with any of those, tapping into those frequencies and asking those energies for guidance will really help you. There's also there's another star system that's coming through that I'm not getting the name of. So when I was saying that, if you were thinking, oh, is she going to say whatever star system, fill in the blank, then yes, please take that as confirmation and go with it. And there's also something about using the element of water to help you firstly cleanse, because with what you're doing, there's also a lot of weight that you're navigating. So using water to cleanse yourself, cleanse your energy, and also water rituals might be something you want to do, either with switch codes and charging the water, or you know, sort of charging the water with your intentions and words before drinking it, the way having intentional showers that wash off energies from you, and even just going for a swim, going to the beach, going to the ocean, going to the lake, things like that, where you also just see water and you connect with the element, is going to help you connect with yourself deeper and tap into this wisdom. So I think that's it. Is there anything else, please, Spirit, or should we go to the tarot? Go to the tarot, I think. Yeah. So now I'm going to pull a few cards to see if we can get any more information on your role in ushering in the new earth and anchoring that frequency. For group number 3, please, Spirit. And there's also something about connecting with spirit in the form of either animals. I can say nature, but more, yeah, actually, yes, nature also, but through animals and nature, and learning from the wisdom that we can see that's already exhibited in Earth, right? Like the way Earth has this beautiful, complex ecosystem, and if we go into like the forest where it's not really touched by a human nonsense, and when we go there and we see all these different flora, fauna, insects, animals, and it's a really rich, complex, diverse ecosystem that exists. And yes, I mean, it's just all in harmony, right? And it's like, how can we look at that and learn from the wisdom that's already there? Earth is here as a teacher, but not just as a teacher for us human souls in terms of going through the struggles, learning the wisdom from the struggles and healing it and transforming it and all of that. Yes, that's part of Earth school, but if we just stop and look at Earth and how she operates, she's already showing us all the answers. We don't need to figure it out ourselves. We just need to stop and listen. And so when you're feeling a block in this, or if you're not understanding it, sit in reverence to Earth to understand what she wants to communicate. And also, if you connect with any indigenous traditions, wisdom traditions, and either you're from an ancient wisdom lineage, or the area that you're born in and live in has an ancient tradition, or you feel some sort of affiliation or call towards an ancient wisdom tradition, start learning a little bit more about that, because that's going to connect you with the earth wisdom. And just openly explore with that, because I think that will also help you in this mission. So can we get 4 cards, please, for that? Whoops. I do want to take all of these. Ow. When I went to try to get the rest of your cards, I think I pulled my shoulder. Can we get 3 more cards, please? Oh. And just 1 more. Just 1 more. For pile 3, what is their role in ushering in the new earth and anchoring in the frequency? Do I take both? No. I saw Dunya first, so I think I'm gonna do that. Yes, oh my god, yes. Oof, and we have the Wheel of Fortune as back of deck energy. And it's so beautiful that we have the whirling dervishes as that representation. But anyway, so interesting. The number 555 might, because we're talking about synchronicity and stuff as well, the number 555 might be coming up a lot, and I think that's really showing you that there's a lot of change. But I think this is also Spirit holding compassion for you, because with learning the wisdom of the heart, right, and if that is your mission here on earth, that also means that you've probably had a really rough time in getting there. And I think just holding compassion for yourself and allowing yourself to feel the weight and feel the loss and feel all the hard experiences that you've been through, and just mourning those versions and holding compassion for the versions of you that struggled, that got you to this awareness, that got you to to shifting and rerouting your value system. It takes a lot. So I think Spirit's saying, I hope you're holding compassion for yourself and giving yourself grace. So with that, beautiful, beautiful. Sorry, I had a personal realization with one of these cards, but anyway. Okay, I need to ground and get myself out of the way so that I can read for my beautiful pile threes. Okay, so this is so beautiful. Okay. Oh, and there are two whirling dervishes. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Okay, so your role is really beautiful, right? So with the Two of Staffs, you're setting the way forward to operate from this heart space, from this energy of love, from this energy of depth, seeing the depth of spirit and communicating through the depth of spirit. Because I think what you're doing is allowing yourself to be a vessel or a channel for love and spirit, because they're both honestly interchangeable, but to lay the path forward. And it's sort of you using that as a North Star to be like, okay, fine, this is what I'm gonna do. Because with both the Two of Staffs and the Son of Cups, it's like your heart is leading the way. It's creating this bridge from one end to the other, because we see this guy on a horse, right? And there's this ocean, and his heart is creating the bridge to cross the ocean. So if we look at this ocean as this void space of this emptiness, of this of the way this current paradigm is existing, the way forward, the way over that ocean, the way over that river is by operating from the heart. And you are building that bridge from one end to the other. And you might connect with people as well that are also doing it, that are creating more bridges. And with that bridge, you get to lay that path forward to others, for others to follow you. And I think that with the words that I just used, right, for others to follow you, you are leading this way forward. But with the Son of Cups here, it's still the sun, it's not the I don't know what the king is in this deck, but but the Son of Cups is basically the Knight of Cups, right? The Knight is not yet a king, so there might be some element where you don't feel like you're ready to lead, or you might have. So there are two aspects of humility, right? Humility is really important, but sometimes we might use humility to make ourselves small. It's like, oh, I'm not that important, I'm not that whatever. But yes, you are. And you can be important without you being egotistical. So yes, you are meant to lead, but you're meant to lead with the heart. And with the heart, with leading with the heart, it's a very different way of leadership. It's a very different way of leading, where it's not really that you're positioned in like a hierarchical, how do I explain it? Like, you're not better than the next person just because you're leading other people, right? You are with these other people that you're leading, but you have the wisdom and the foresight to be able to do that. And the way you embody your energy will magnetize and attract the people that want to follow you. So you're not asserting and exerting your power and leadership, but you are embodying your heart wisdom, you are embodying your soul wisdom, you're embodying what spirit is showing you, and that's going to make other people want to follow you. So that's like a slight nuance that spirit wants to communicate here. And with the Eight of Coins, whatever work you do is going to be so spiritual in the way you do it, in the way you approach it, and in whatever you put out there is going to really inspire people, because it's going to be like a soul song in the way you work, in whatever you put out there, that it literally sings to other people's hearts, and other people feel excited and inspired by the work you put out there, because you also do it with such dedication, and you do it with such heart, and you do it with yeah with uh yeah, you're just inspired by the work that you're putting out there, in the process of getting the work out there, whatever that looks like. And that's really yeah, that's making people dance with joy, it's making their spirits dance with joy, because finally there is someone who speaks to their soul, and you make people feel understood in doing that. And there's also something else with that. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. And your dedication to your work doesn't just make other people do that, but it also makes spirit dance with joy, because you listened and you did it. And that's, oh my God, that's so sweet. That's really beautiful. And with Dunya here, this is beautiful. This is the World card. This is the closing out of a cycle. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. And it's really incredible energy, because it's closing out the soul cycle of the earth with the old paradigm, and starting the new cycle with the Age of Aquarius, the Golden Age, whatever you want to call it. And you get to really enjoy it, because I think in this older paradigm you kind of suffered, and that was your preparation to celebrate in this new earth. And you're just gonna be like, enjoying just enjoying the beauty of the world. And maybe you'll be traveling a lot as well with the World card here. So I think you're going to travel, and you're going to see the corners of the earth, because you're here to also share Earth's wisdom. So you're also meant to enjoy her, and she wants you to enjoy her, because she enjoys you enjoying her. And it's creating this beautiful reciprocity with her, and it's just really beautiful. I wish you could feel the energy that I'm feeling with this card. It's really making my heart swell. So just incredible energy with that. A lot of travel, a lot of seeing the corners of the earth. And what I'm also seeing is what I said earlier about connecting with ancient wisdom traditions. I'm also seeing shamanic traditions over here. So if you've been called to exploring that, either informal training or just casual reading, there might be some nuggets of information there for you, but something about really ancient traditions and societies and cultures that will facilitate this journey. I'm also seeing like the bull and the shaman and the caves of Lascaux and all of that. So maybe something also about ancient art that might evoke something in you, so basically communing with and communicating with the archetypes and this timeless symbolic this timeless symbolic communication that spirit engages in, and that if we attune ourselves to that, we can learn the wisdom from it. And with the Wheel of Fortune, the tides are shifting in your favor. So, all of this sounds really beautiful, but you might not have come close to actualizing everything that I said, but it might just be resonant for you, because this just feels like your calling, and it feels like something you've always wanted to do, but you never thought that it was possible. But just trust that this is time for you. It is time, and like I said, the tides are shifting in your favor, and you'll see that the energy starts gaining momentum. And if you look at the whirling dervishes, right, like when they start off really slow, and they're just turning, and then they go into this really quick, like the way they start spinning and their arms start widening and their skirts start, I don't know if it's called a skirt, but whatever, their skirt starts also flowing and it all just opens up. So it's this process of blooming where it first starts off really slow and then it just gains this momentum and spirit is moving through you and you are part of spirit, and it's this otherworldly experience. So I think that's what's really happening for you, and this is really, really incredible energy, and I'm so grateful that people like you exist to usher this in, because it's really important. Because yeah, I think one of the characteristic aspects of the new earth is operating in this way and doing work as an act of devotion, which is what it seems like you will be doing, and just living life with devotion. So so yeah, thank you for your service. And now I'm going to read the final message here. We have blue, oh, 33. Look at that, we have 5-5, we have 33. Oh, and Dunya is also card number 3. Blue Mother, Yellow Mountain, Gibbous Moon. So let me read that from the book. I reveal the path of grace on sacred earth. What? You can't make this stuff up. I reveal the path of grace on sacred earth. Echo of ancient prayers sound forth from the holy mountain. The moon shall soon be full and darkness filled with light. Victory shall be upon you, and the hope that I ignite in your heart shall swiftly become the joy of our celebration. Be serene, be peaceful, whilst the power of heaven and earth become the celestial horses driving the chariot of your soul to its divine destiny. I'm a little blown away by this passage because it's touched on literally everything that I spoke on, but I'm going to read a little bit more. The gibbous moon is a time just before fullness. It is only a matter of time before the light of the sun shall reach its zenith in reflection upon the earth, bringing the fullest extent of solar light into the night sky. The sun is an ancient symbol for the soul, and the maximum illumination of the soul light in the night. And the maximum illumination of the soul light in the night speaks of the penetration of the soul to the fullest extent into darkness. It speaks of the ultimate triumph of the true path of your absolute destiny and soul success. The Holy Mother's blue robes wrap around the soul now held within her protection. Whatever attachment has been getting in the way of your actual soul success and authentic fulfillment will be subject to her intervention. Not only are you offered protection, but the possibility, even if you are in the midst of great change, to feel a deep sense of peace and trust within. You will know that whatever is taking place is actually helping you achieve what will bring the most profound joy, even if on the surface things seem to be moving in unexpected or unwanted directions. Any pain shall be transformed into a blessing beyond even your wildest imagination. Oh, that is not the word. Imaginings. There is nothing to fear or resist here, only great blessings to receive. If there has been sickness or prolonged emotional suffering, mental despair, or any struggle that has tested your powers of endurance and faith, this testing time is drawing rapidly to a close, and light will soon be pouring in. Put your faith in the light and know the darkness is over. Have you lost faith in people? Your trust in goodwill is going to be restored. You are asked to trust in the goodness of life and leave the rest to the divine. The peak time for action is now. Jump on the opportunities that are there for you. Take action that feels inspired by the heart. Do what you need to do. Now is the time when your every action will be in alignment with a wave of energy reaching its crescendo. You can use that like a surfer catching a wave to move towards the sacred shoreline. That is so beautiful. I love this for you, Pile 3. I hope this resonated for you. And if it did, it would mean a lot if you left a like or a comment. And if you want to see more of my videos, then you can subscribe to my channel. And I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye, Pile 3. Hi Group 4 and welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you selected the Dark Heart Tarot. So how we're going to go about this reading is first I'm going to read this card, which will be your signifier card. Then I'm going to see these two to sort of get a deeper understanding in what your role is in ushering the new earth and anchoring in that frequency. And then I'm going to read this card, which will be a final guidance for advice or anything else that spirit wants to communicate. So with that, for pile 4, please, spirit, what is their role in ushering in the new earth and anchoring in that frequency, please? For pile 4. So we have the 8 of Pentacles and it came in the reverse. So your role is really in changing the way we approach work, right? So I think it might be similar to some of the other groups, but with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, it's really this idea of like working 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and this really this way of working that doesn't honor the body's rhythms and cycles. So I think what you're allowing us to do in the new earth is tuning into the rhythms of cycles and sort of merging this masculine and feminine energies of an intuitive way of being with the cyclical nature of nature, and we are a part of nature, and this sort of intuitive way of navigating the world, along with the commitment, the dedication, the more action-oriented aspect of the masculine to in the way we approach our work, in the way we approach either like cultivating abundance or whatever it is. But it's really this different orientation that is different from like, it's kind of like akin to like Pluto and Capricorn to Pluto and Aquarius. I think that's what you're doing, because the way society is structured in terms of systems, in terms of structures, in terms of authority, and yeah, this very Capricorn-y way of being towards shadow Capricorn, not healed Capricorn, shadow Capricorn, towards a more healed Aquarian sort of celebration of collectivism, of but unique identities within that collectivism as well. But is there anything else with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse? Yes. Yeah, and like really this overworking, and you might resonate with pile 3 as well, but if you did, then I'd invite you to look at it, because there might be messages for you. But also the scarcity of like, if I don't do this, then someone else will take it. So like, you know how scarcity is created so that people work in a certain way. Opportunities are less so that, you know, people are fighting with one another to get it. And this could be in various spaces. It doesn't just have to be in the workplace. But this way of manipulating people to behave, to operate in a certain way, right? Like by people in authority. So you might be interested in politics, in government, in societal restructuring or activism. There was another group with activism, group 2. So if you resonate with group 2 as well, there might be messages for you there. But yeah, but more like policy, these kind of areas is where it seems like you're being called to work in ushering in the new earth, because for some of you academia, but yeah, more government policy, those kind of things where they deal with structures in society, in like larger society, that has an implication on a lot of people, because the way it's structured right now is really to yeah, people are literally begging for scraps in this day and age. So that's something where you're being invited to work in, or that's what you're here to do. That's what your role is in ushering in the new earth. So I'm going to look at these 2 cards to get a deeper insight. Oh, Wow. Wow. We have Anima Mundi and Judgment. Woof, 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 woof. Oh my god, I love you, Pilefo. I love this so much. Oh my god. Yeah. Yes. Some of you might be whistleblowers, some of you might be conspiracy theorists, and you received a lot of flack in your life because people are like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you're such a conspiracy theorist, and now looking at the world and all these conspiracies are coming out and there's truth to it. You're just sitting there like, I told you so. And I feel like you're taking that but on a large scale. So it's also interesting because with this new age this new age of Aquarius, the way things are valued is also shifting, right? Like industries that were blooming in this older paradigm is no longer going to be the ones that are flourishing in the new paradigm. And so that's why you were sort of outcast based on your interests and the work that you did, but you're here to reveal the secrets of existence, right? You're here to reveal the secrets of society. You're here to reveal, basically, you're here to unveil the things that people kept hidden either because they couldn't admit it to themselves. There's like shadowy stuff that, that didn't allow them to see. So I'm also seeing like people who are into like kind of like conspiracy theorists, but also just researchers who and whistleblowers who are sort of dealing with these things in the past, and now you're going to sort of get the stage that you deserve because you have a truth to share that is revealing a lot about existence. And with Anima Mundi here as well, there's something about, oh my god, I don't know if I want to go there. Am I supposed to go there? This is going to be really controversial. Just click off if it doesn't resonate. Pick one of the other two piles that I suggested to watch because I'm going to go down a really weird energy path, and yeah, this is going to be a weird reading. Oh my god. Okay. So one of the things that you're meant to do is anchoring in the frequency of, doesn't matter what your religion is, but like Christ consciousness, right? Because a lot of the old paradigm had a lot of, oh my god, I don't know if I should, okay, how do I say it without saying it? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Where darker entities were sort of ruling this paradigm, and there's a lot of manipulation and censorship and and these kind of operations that are done by ruling bodies in the current society and current paradigm that you're meant to, like I said, reveal, to show the deeper aspect of existence. And this will be in, you also have a deep understanding of symbolism, and you help people understand the symbolic nature and the importance of, say, words that people use, frequencies that people may use in music, and messages that are displayed in, say, media, right? Like on the surface, it's like, oh, what a fun movie, oh, what a fun TV show, oh, what a fun da 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 da. But there's something always underlying that, and you've had a keen sensitivity to that, and there's something about you helping people see how they're being manipulated or how they're being kept in a certain frequency that might not actually be serving their path of ascension. And there's also there's also something about I'm gonna pause. Sorry, I realized that I was recording in the wrong format, and also that my candle was about to go off. It's one of those weird candles that you have to keep changing the wick. But anyway, coming back to your reading, right, with Anima Mundi as well, I feel like with this darkness that you're exposing, I think that's what you're here. You're here to expose the darkness. I think, yeah, you're here to expose the darkness, but also integrate it, right? Because by exposing the darkness, you're allowing it to take a place in the psyche where we can look at it. And when we can look at something, then we can integrate it into our existence and we can learn what it was here to teach us. Because even the darkness has a purpose, and it takes a lot of maturity and wisdom to recognize that. And so in exposing it, it's exposing it to also make us aware to not unconsciously fall into the traps of the darkness, but for us to look at the darkness and then choose how we want to move forward. Because there's something also about your mission, which is about choice, right? I'm going to show you the light, I'm going to show you the darkness. How are you going to navigate it? Right? And you're also giving people that free will to choose, as opposed to mandating or deciding that this is what you should do. But yeah, you're giving people the opportunity to live their soul path with all the information. So yeah, to have this transformation occur. And your transformation in this, in your role, is to embody this truth seeker, truth sharer energy. And yeah, something about the phoenix and the dragon seems to be important here. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna go. And why is this candle doing this? Oh my God, I'm gonna take that as a sign, like with the candle always wanting to go off. It's like how the darkness is always trying to hide the light in this current paradigm. And like you're fighting to show the light, you're fighting to be like, hey, we're still here. And in your role, you're really allowing the light to bloom, and you're allowing, yeah, you're lighting the candle for in the darkness almost, right? Like you're kind of like hermit energy. Ooh, pile number one got hermit. So I've mentioned each of the piles for you. So if you were drawn to any of them, there may be messages for you, but also obviously there might be none for you in those groups because yours is a very different energy. But yeah, kind of like the hermit holding the lantern and like showing the path. Or so group one had it in the way of the hermit holding the light to show the path, but you're really here to hold the light to illuminate the darkness. I hope that made sense. So, and oh my God, that makes so much sense why you picked the Dark Heart Tarot. Yeah, it's really interesting how the tarot decks really resonate with the themes of each of the groups. Like, okay, it's not relevant for you. So with that, please, Spirit, can we get more information for group number 4 in what their role is in ushering in or anchoring the new earth? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, this is gonna be fun. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the King of Blades. Oh my God, there's so many things that I feel like I should not be saying in this reading. Okay. 7 of Pentacles, your time is here. Your time is here to share. Your time is here to also receive the recognition that you deserve, and to share your voice to whatever field that you're working in or you hope to see change in. And with the 3 of Pentacles, you're firstly exposing exposing darknesses in certain industries or certain places that are that have a lot of darkness in it, and that could also be relationships. So a lot of like even like the twin flame narrative, right, that it fosters and it kind of promotes a lot of toxicity and accepting toxicity. And there's something about for some of you, not all of you, but talking about that as well with those relationships and being like, this is really not healthy, twin flame or not, you know. So just changing the narratives around all of this in terms of even spirituality, how spirituality communicates, and like the shadow aspect of spirituality that allows bypassing, that allows toxicity, that allows that uses it to rationalize behaviors that may be unhealthy, and really, yeah, breaking even the mold of spirituality now, because spirituality is also used to keep people at bay in to some capacity. So there is something related to that that you're meant to do, because you're really here as an authority of truth. So whatever that looks like to you, that is your goal, that is your mission. And you will also start connecting and collaborating with other people who are also truth seekers and truth sharers. And with that, because you will receive a lot of backlash for what you're doing, because you have Pluto with judgment, and you're revealing the darkness. No one likes seeing the dark. Well, some people do, but most people don't like seeing the darkness and being faced with that. So you will receive a lot of backlash in your mission. However, you will also have community in that. So finding those people that resonate with you and that you can collaborate with and lean on as you do this will be paramount in your role in ushering in the new earth. And with the Lovers here as well, you have married the darkness and light within you, and that's why you have a very deep understanding of both the darkness and the light, and you have a deep understanding of your own darkness and your own light. So you have seen your ego clear as day. You have seen your shadow responses clear as day, and you learned how to navigate that. And because you learned how to navigate that, or if you're navigating that now, that's what's going to help you in this larger mission of truth and integration of darkness and light. Because for some of you, Jungian psychology might be really interesting to learn more about that integration. But yeah, there's some, because like in the red book, we have the book 1, which really talks about light in the darkness, and that is, you know, like ideas like mercy and stuff like that. And then we also have darkness in the light in book 2, which is a lot more complex, and I don't have a one-liner to explain it. I can feel it, I know the energy of it, but I don't have the words for it. But so beauty and suffering, right, as well, and that's the darkness and light. So how do we sort of have these energies communicate with each other? It's also like the yin yang with the white small circle and the black half, and the black small circle and the white half. Like that's kind of like your essence, your energy, and you're able to see complexity and nuance in spaces that other people miss. And I think that's why you have been given this role and mission. And with the 9 of Cups, trust that you also might have a beautiful connection with someone that will understand you and see eye to eye, or the people that you serve, they will see eye to eye, and there is this beautiful harmony that you're creating in the world in your mission. And with the 9 of Cups, trust that the dreams that you've had in this life will come true. And you will see the reality you hope to see before the end of your life. So that's really, really beautiful. Don't worry about the fears and the anxieties. That's part and parcel of your journey, and especially with the mission that you have. But it will be beautiful, and it is. And slowly but surely, the collective is getting ready for your message. So now I'm going to read your final card, which is Priestess of Perfect Pairing Makes the Match. Interesting. We have that, the Lovers, we saw the 10 of Cups. I'm curious to see what comes through with this. $37. I see the true nature of all beings and bring them to their perfect match so that the journey of love may be experienced. Those currently in your life and those just now entering your world are there by my design. Ask for me to show you the purpose behind the pairing, and you shall learn to trust in my wisdom and compassion. You are now blessed with my loving grace in all matters of relationship and connection. Surrender any issue within relationships to me, and I shall intervene to create the perfect pairing. Every yin needs its yang. Are you serious? Every yearning for another is also a yearning for wholeness, for completion, and that's what Anima Mundi is about. A relationship is sacred in that it allows two beings to grow to experience love in new ways. A healthy relationship allows for the growth of each individual within it. It allows you to enjoy the things you have in common and the differences that create friction and generate the spark of attraction so something new can be created through the relationship. The Divine Mother is the most skillful and compassionate of matchmakers. She draws together relationships again and again in a romantic sense, but also in terms of friendships and workmates. That's what came through with the Three of Pentacles. For divine healing, growth, and mutual benefit. She will bring together those who can create opportunities for healing and learning through relationships. The relationship the relationship itself will become the teacher and the healer. Any relationship in your life offers you an opportunity to heal something. When that is healed, you will either move forward together more consciously and with less pain, or you will let go completely, opening up for a new love at a higher and more refined vibration where you can learn new lessons, even ones that involve more joy and less suffering. If you have been asking for a partnership of a different kind, someone to help you with work, sponsorship, a mentor or a teacher, an employer, or so on, the Oracle brings you the message that this is being answered now. Let intuition rather than logic lead the way. Trust your feelings. You'll know who's right and what's right for you at the time. The Oracle tells you that the Divine Mother is overseeing it all, and a beautiful match or connection will be revealed to you, either within an existing relationship or in a new connection, according to divine timing. So I hope that resonated for you, Group 4, and if it did, it would mean a lot if you left a like or a comment, and if you want to see more of my videos, then you can subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye, Balfo.